Carry On, Wayward Son by TinyButFierce. Chapter 2. Shattered metal spread out across the field. Sparking of electronics fizzed all around the group of heroes. Broken Doom bots lay dead on the group. Iron Man walked through the destruction, making his way past the other Avengers towards the Quinjet that was waiting to take them all back to the compound for a debriefing. The helmet of the suit retracted when he reached the ship, and he climbed on in silence. Steve sighed and followed the quiet genius. The others trailed after the soldier. Natasha went to the front of the ship and had the Quinjet take off from the battlefield. Sam and Wanda sat at the back of the ship talking quietly, while Steve made his way up to Tony. He stopped right next to the stoic genius and sighed. "Tony?" Stark turned around and looked at the super soldier with a dazzling pressed smile. "Popsicle, what can I do for you?" "We have to stop this." "We?" "Oh, come on, Stark. Look, I'm sorry. Is that what you wanted to hear? I'm sorry. I did what I thought was right, and you did the same. We can't let this get in between us now." Tony dropped his smile and looked directly at the soldier. "Look, Cap, you left me in a frozen wasteland to die. I barely survived. I'm trying my best to get along with you without throwing up whenever I see that horrendous beard." "My beard isn't that bad." "Uh-huh. Keep telling yourself that." "This isn't the point of the conversation. Stop deflecting." "I don't deflect." "Yes, you do. Every time something happens to you, you lock yourself in your lab and drink. I'm trying to make up with you to prevent you from doing something you'll regret." Tony laughed under his breath. "Lock myself in the lab and drink? I'll admit it, I've done that in the past. This time I had people to help me. So stop trying to apologize. I don't think that you honestly believe it. I'm perfectly fine with having a working relationship, but I don't think that we can ever go back to the way things were. I'll keep trying." "I know you will." The two lapsed into silence as the Quinjet landed at the compound. Tony sauntered out and made his way to the conference room as the Iron Man suit retracted around him. Rhodey was waiting in the room with the UN liaison. Tony smiled at his best friend. "Rhodey, nice commanding on the field there." Rhodes responded, "I may not be out there just yet, but that doesn't mean I can't order you around." The genius snarked back, "No one orders me around." Two names immediately come to mind. "Shut up. They both have you wrapped around their fingers." Natasha chimed in from where she had entered the room. "Two people? I thought only Pepper could make him do things." Tony glared at the spy. "I don't see why this is something that needs to concern you, Romanov." The spy shrugged. "All right." But there was a slight glimmer in her eyes. Whatever it was, she was going to find out eventually. Everyone sat around the table in a configuration similar to their initial talks. Ms. Jones, the UN liaison, spoke up. "I think we can all agree this went extremely well. The results of this battle have increased the UN's confidence that you will all be able to work together under the command of Colonel Rhodes. I hope that the rapidness in which the Accords worked to deploy you has settled the concerns of Mr. Rogers and party." Tony snorted. "Mr. Rogers, which neighborhood are you from again?" Steve looked at Tony in confusion. "Brooklyn? I've told you this before." Tony just giggled until Rhodey elbowed him, the colonel smirking as well. Jones glared at the two. "I will leave the meeting up to the behest of Colonel Rhodes. He will address any concerns in the cooperation of this group in battle." Rhodes nodded and thanked the liaison, who quickly exited the room. The colonel placed his hands on the table and looked around. Just as he opened his mouth to speak, Tony's phone started blaring "Dear Theodosia" at full volume. Everyone turned to look as he lifted up his phone to see who was calling. Rhodey looked over his shoulder and laughed. "You changed his ringtone to that." Tony glared at the phone. "I didn't change it. He must have hacked it. He's trying to get me to take him to Hamilton." Steve looked at Tony, alarmed. "Was someone blackmailing you? If they can hack you, we may all be in danger." Tony muttered under his breath. "He's always blackmailing me," and picked up the phone. "Did you hack into my phone just to change my ringtone?" No. Then how? Oh, it was open on the counter. That's disappointing. What? Don't Mr. Stark me. What are you calling for anyways? Uh-huh. Oh yeah, of course I can help with that. What subject? Everyone looked around in confusion at the change of topic. Rhodey just grinned at the expressions of the other Avengers. History. I'm not sure how much help I'll be with that. What topic? The Revolutionary War. Why would I be able to help with... Oh, I see what you're doing. Uh-huh, sure it'll help you. I don't like musicals. Don't technically it's an opera me. So what? Carmen is good. Sam turned around and mouthed the words. Only listens to Carmen? To Natasha, who shrugged and continued to listen to the conversation. All right, fine, I'll take you. Stop screaming, it hurts my ears. Wait, are there other people there? No, absolutely not. I agreed to take you, not your entire posse. Don't care if your girlfriend is scary and wants to go. I don't protest that part. Everyone can see how you stare at her all the time. Uh-huh. You know what? Fine. It's only the three of you. All right, you're welcome. Yeah, see you later. Bye. Tony hung up and put the phone back in his pocket. Natasha raised an eyebrow. I'm assuming that was the second person that you take orders from. I don't take orders from him. He annoys me until I give in. Sounds like blackmail. It's not blackmail. I think we should be told who this person is. Absolutely not. Just as Natasha was about to respond, Steve interrupted. If Tony and Rhodes don't see a problem, I think we can trust them. Everyone stared at the captain until Rhodey shrugged. I see no problem. Then it's all fine. The other Avengers all shot Steve confused glances, which he responded to with steely ones. Tony and Rhodey gave each other a glance that amounted to having a chat later. Rhodey cleared his throat. In that case, I believe that we can begin this debrief.